No te lo agarran la onda, güey. Stay back, please. Hey, we got guys going in to get kids, okay? They're working. They're working.
Just when I thought I could not bring you any more bad news other than my messed up voice from today.
We begin in Uvalde, Texas, where law enforcement, we should say, is admitting mistakes were made in responding to Tuesday's deadly shooting at Robb Elementary School.
Authorities gave an update on their investigation earlier today, and they said initially that a responding officer mistook a teacher for the gunman and unknowingly passed the suspect as they were responding. Authorities are also saying the back door the gunman used to enter the school had been propped open by a teacher. And we also learned 911 calls were made by students inside the classroom with the gunman.
Which is kind of weird. From what I can find, somebody had to go pick up their phone.
Now, when asked why officers didn't go inside the classroom sooner, officials said there was miscommunication about whether this was an active shooter situation.
How can there be miscommunication if they said somebody was shooting a gun outside, if you can hear somebody shoot a gun inside, and they keep saying weird stuff, and then we find out a bunch of cops were outside of the classrooms and they did nothing. They did nothing. They didn't want to enter. Some were afraid for their own lives. Then why the heck are people paying you so you can keep people safe? I was trying to be nice in the previous video, but now I'm like, it's not that you cared about your children. It's just that you didn't even want to go and check. You thought the guy was barricaded. It's not the active shooter situation. It's a barricaded situation. You locked a bunch of kids as if they're sardines with a killer there. And there was a girl there that had to pick the blood of her friend, smear it on her body when the friend was trying to call 911 saying, yo, we're here, shh, come, room there, he's shooting people, bam. And she took the blood, prap, and pretended she's dead. And that's why she's alive. What about the father that was screaming outside, go in, go in? No, you pepper sprayed him, arrested him, and all the stupidity.
The benefit of hindsight, where I'm sitting now, of course it was not the right decision. It was a wrong decision, period. There's no excuse for that. But again, I wasn't there, but I'm just telling you, from what we know, we believe there should have been an entry at that as soon as you can.
More have we learned about law enforcement's response to this shooting so far?
Well, a stunning admission by Director of Public Safety Steve McGraw, basically admitting that protocol was not followed. He said, of course, it was the wrong decision. There was no excuse for that. And he was talking about the decision to leave the shooter inside that barricaded or locked room with those children who we have now learned, some of whom were calling 911 while they were inside that locked room with the shooter. Now, we also heard McGraw say it is unclear why the 911 agents were not relaying the information to the police officers on the scene that there are children still alive in that classroom, because McGraw says the on-scene commander made the decision, which he has now admitted was the incorrect decision, to transition from an active shooter situation to a barricaded subject.
I find it very weird. I find it very weird that an off-duty border agent is the one that actually decided to go supposedly in and do the shooting and stop this guy. You were waiting. All the police channel says you don't understand. It's not all about emotion. If you just run in that direction, you're gonna get shot. Okay, I kind of understand that. But then again, a different cop that is not waiting on the SWAT, supposedly, did everything. And even that information is wrong. You will see. Look.
In which protocol would be different, but McGraw made it clear that Texas adheres to the active shooter doctrine. If there are children involved and there is a person with a gun, you go in. This is not a hostage situation. This is not a barricaded subject situation. It is still considered an active shooter situation.
Even if suppose the kid might be dying on the floor, aren't you supposed to go inside to stop the bleeding or something like that? Oh no, you want to play it safe so there's not more casualties? I know, man.
Imagine how those parents are feeling right now.
Yes.
I did get to ask Director McGraw whether the children who made those 911 calls, whether they were alive. He said he knew of two children, at least two children who made 911 calls from that room, and those two were alive. But of course, there may have been other children. They're still trying to figure it out. I just can't imagine what those parents must be feeling who are hearing this information now that their children may have been alive while police officers were outside waiting for a tactical unit to bring backup to go inside that room, which we now know was not protocol, which is not what they should have done.
It's not protocol.
There's no other way to sugarcoat this. That's what happened here.
Simple.
They had BORTAC teams, that's SWAT teams that are trained with ballistic shields at 12:15 p.m. They only decided to breach that door at 12:50 p.m. And as you noted, there were children. There were children making 911 calls at that time.
Which doesn't make any sense. Didn't I say previously they were waiting supposedly on SWAT? Now you get the information. They were almost like 40, 50 minutes too early there, and they decided we're gonna wait for it. Why? It's children. You don't even know for sure they're alive. And now you're gonna blame 911. Well, they didn't actually tell us where they're getting calls. You're not supposed to wait. What are you waiting? You have no excuses, ladies and gentlemen. This is pure... let me just be nice. Just chill. Chill, man.
Saying we're alive, saying we need help. They heard the soft voice of children. He just shot again. They knew the children were alive, and yet they decided to wait for something. It's unclear what the trigger was that made them go in. But that waiting period no doubt cost the lives of children, and they're going to have to answer for this. The local police chief, who apparently was in charge of that decision, is going to have to answer for this for a very long time. There's also some question about now the FBI, this becoming a federal investigation with the oversight. It is just gutting to know the number of failures.
Honestly, I don't even want to hear his empathetic story. I just want to know why you made that decision and how we can prevent stupid people like you to be hired to can make that possible decision again. That's the only thing that's important right now.
So they arrived and they were here. Officers were on site at 11:33. Or very shortly thereafter. They had plenty of time to gather and do something about this. Remember, the suspect was only neutralized at 12:50, 80 minutes later. 80 minutes he was inside that school grounds. So there was plenty of time to do something. 911 dispatchers told officers, or should have told officers on the scene, that there were children alive, but that wasn't done with. So many unanswered questions, and there are going to be very many angry parents in this community after they hear this.
As you can see, the teacher props open the door at 11:27. Ramos crashes 11:28. Wow, that's kind of close. He shoots a bunch of people. He shoots at the school 11:31. The cops drive past Ramos 11:32. You know it's a kid. He had a bag. You didn't see that? He dropped the bag? You didn't notice? He enters the school because the teacher already opened the beautiful door, shoots 100 rounds into two classrooms 11:33. 3 cops follow, then another 4. 19 cops in the hallway. Kids from 11:12 calls 911, says multiple dead. I know, man. Arrive with shield. 12:15. Room 112 kid. Says 9 student alive. 12:16. Room 111. Says he shut the door. He's going in. Same kid. Please send police now. Nothing happens. They breached. 12:50. Why the heck did you wait? They were locked in there like sardines. That's how stupid is this story. It's like I already have to do training to my own kid. If you hear a gun, I don't care what the teacher says. You will run. And you run out of that school. You're not gonna hide because I can't trust the cops. I can't trust the cops. I'm gonna teach you how to play dead. Or run. You hear a gun? Bam! Hey teacher, I have to go on the hallway. I don't trust. Where's the exit? Where's the exit? Oh, that? Boom. I don't care. Call me later. No, I'm not joking. This is stupid. The fact that you can't even trust the government that knows how they want to treat you as a good person, knows they can save you, they will block you, mace you, tackle you, so you don't save your son when he's in there locked in like a sardine. Hey man, there's no way to sugarcoat this. This is the worst decision that I've seen cops make, and I pity the parents. I pity parents should not bury their kids. Parents should, nah man. Seems to be like it was actually a very joyful community. The fact that they understand each other, they know all the cops, and now there's gonna be a rift forever. And a lot of forgiveness to pass through. But anyway, I just wanted to point this out. Let me know what you guys think or what you guys heard, or maybe correct me if I'm wrong. But for me, I just think these cops were cowards. The fact that the SWATs were there, you're cowards. The fact that you had shields, guys that's supposed to have the training to do this, you're cowards. You should have gone in. And now it's too late.